Good morning, Shahril and Najmi. How's the case this morning?
It went well. The hit and run case, right?
Yes.
Yes. It was okay, and I believe that the judgment will be delivered in a month, and we'll be looking forward to that.
I see. All right. Good to hear that. I would like to remind you that the client will be coming in soon. So, for a consultation session.
Oh, okay. But can you brief us on the facts of the case,
Oh,
please?
certainly. The client's name is Mr. SIEW, and he'll be here with his wife and his daughter, I think. He's facing some issues with medical negligence. Apparently, there were some issues with the hospital, and he seemed very troubled when he called in the other day.
I believe we have handled these cases before. Hopefully, we can help him in solving this matter. Is there anything else that we should be aware of?
The client will be coming in at 2 p.m., but I believe you have ample time to prepare. So I will let you know when he has reached the office, and the consultation room will be ready for use later.
Thank you, Mrs. Azreen. We will be on alert for your updates.
Thank you.
Alright, that's all.
Mom, Dad, I think this is the room that we're looking for. Let's ring the bell.
I think so.
Hi, welcome to Messrs. SIDHU.
Yeah.
I believe you are Mr. Tan and Sue.
Yes, you are.
Alright, so please come in.
Please come in.
Hi, Miss. This is my wife, Elizabeth. And this is my daughter, Jai.
Hi, I am Azreen. Now, please be seated. I'll notify the lawyers of your presence.
Okay, thank you.
Please come in.
Thank you, Miss.
Hello, welcome to our law firm. Is this Mr. Tan and Mrs. Elizabeth, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm Najmi, and this is my partner, Shahril.
I'm Shahril.
This is our business card. Okay, you may refer to them for further contact if any cases.
Okay, thank you.
And yeah, I see that you've brought your family, and it's a pleasure to meet all of you. Please, have a seat.
Okay, thank you so much.
Make yourself comfortable.
Alright, so before we start our session today, how do you prefer to be addressed?
You can just call me Tan.
Okay, now we have prepared some bottle of waters for you, so please help yourself.
Thank you.
We hope you are comfortable as this consultation will be casual. See, this is very important because we would love to keep our clients comfortable to share more of your problems.
Alright, so before we begin, there is actually a few preliminary issues that I would like to brief you about. Okay? So the first is about confidentiality, meaning to say that as lawyers, we are bound by our professional ethics. So whatever that you tell us in today's discussion is going to be completely private and will not be shared with any other parties. Okay? So feel free to share all of the information that is relevant so that we can help you best.
Okay.
Okay? Next, I would like to brief you on client conflict, meaning to say that if there are any other parties that you mention in your issue later that happen to be our clients at this current moment, then we will have to stop this session immediately and refer you to a different lawyer, as there will be a conflict of interest in this matter. Alright? Lastly, I would like to brief you on the fees, meaning to say that for today's session, we will not be charging you anything, as today's session is just for us to understand the issue that you're facing, and so that we can see if we are actually able to help you with the problem that you're facing. However, moving forward, we do charge an hourly rate of RM100 ringgit, to which we can refer you to Ms. Azreen, our secretary, for you to refer to our fee schedule for further details.
Okay.
So if everything is clear, I'd actually like to let you know that for the next 15 minutes, we will be asking you questions, and we'll be hoping to hear about the issues that you are facing in depth. And after we have understood the issues that you are facing, we will then provide you with the proper advice based on the law and what is applicable to your situation.
So I hope you don't mind of us asking questions along the way. So we shall start our meeting today, whenever you're ready.
Alright, we are here because we believe my wife's medical treatment was mishandled, leading to severe pain and long-term disabilities.
Oh, we are so sorry to hear that.
Actually, it all happened earlier this January 1997 when I had a fall and fracture on my neck, on my left femur, and also a fracture on my tibia. So I was initially admitted to University Malaya Hospital, but had to seek another treatment at another hospital. And they told me that they couldn't operate soon enough. So after being x-rayed at another hospital in the emergency ward, I was referred to Dr. JAGJIT's team, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right? Yes.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Mrs. Elizabeth. Could you tell me what happened after you moved to the second hospital?
Then Dr. JAGJIT performed a surgery on me, and I don't quite remember the name of the surgery. Something.
It's Thompson hemiarthroplasty. Basically, they inserted a metal prosthesis into my wife's femur. They said that my wife should be able to walk without pain, but that wasn't the case. My wife experienced more pains afterwards, Mr. Shahril.
Yes, that's true. I felt sad watching mom's condition.
I'm so sorry to hear about that. Pain after surgery can sometimes be expected, but it seems that your pain was quite severe. What happened next? May I know what happened?
After my wife's operation, she was instructed by Dr. JAGJIT to move around and bear weights on her legs. But my wife complained that she felt pain in her legs.
Yes, that's true. I did experience pain, but Dr. JAGJIT said that I would be able to walk with the aid of walker. And I did attempt to walk with the aid of walker and also with the help of my daughter. But I still suffer severe pain.
Not only that, on the 1st of February, my mom actually fell again. And this time, she fractured the lesser trochanter of her femur, which warranted a second operation. And if I'm not mistaken, the second operation was also undertaken by Dr. JAGJIT.
Oh, yes. Before the second operation was carried out on 3rd February 1997, my wife was x-rayed on the affected part. The x-ray showed fracture of the lesser trochanter, causing the mass of the femur to become large. And the prosthesis, though has moved down into the femur, has become a bit unstable.
Did you bring the X-ray result with you today?
Yes, we brought it with us. Here's a copy of mom's X-ray results.
Thank you. Oh, it does seem quite serious here.
Yeah, no, during the second operation, the doctor first removed the prosthesis and he reinserted it. Unlike the first operation, he used bone cement to secure the prosthesis to the femur this time. The doctor explained that this procedure was necessary to ensure a stronger hold of the prosthesis into the femur. He then placed a gauze over the area to prevent any bone cement from leaking into the surrounding tissue while waiting for the cement to harden. I was told by that doctor, if the cement seeps into the surrounding tissue, it can potentially cause harm.
Yes, that is right. On 6th February, my wife was finally discharged. She was once again advised by Dr. JAGJIT to ambulate and to bear weight. This time, my wife was supplied with antibiotics and painkillers. The hospital gave my wife the antibiotic because my wife was diabetic and was more prone to infection. 2 days after, my wife's wound in her operated area became infected with discharges. Due to the Chinese New Year holiday, we were unable to secure the immediate service of Dr. JAGJIT. Therefore, my wife sought medical attention from Dr. Sidhana, a private practitioner who made a house call on my wife. Her wound, with stitches still intact, was clean and dressed.
To continue,
We then met Dr. JAGJIT and he noted that the wound has cleared and is now clean. However, he instructed my wife to continue with the dressing. For the dressing, my wife would have to be in hospital where medical assistants will attend to such tasks. Dr. JAGJIT did not provide such service in his own clinic. But on June 14, my wife complained of a pain in her thigh bone and numbness. The doctor suggested an X-ray, but delayed because he wanted to evaluate the pain more. He thought it was nerve related and gave her antibiotics again.
Did they ever do the X-ray?
Yes, 10 days later, only after I insisted on Dr. Jagjit doing the x-ray, because my mom's pain and slow healing was really worrying to me. The x-ray apparently did not show any issues, and the doctor just said that walking would help her wound heal faster. He just prescribed more antibiotics to mom.
On the following year, in March 1998, a senior medical assistant suggested that we get second opinion because the wound wasn't healing. We saw Dr. Anantarachagan, who did an x-ray and found a loose prosthesis with infection. He then refers us back to Dr. Jagjit, but there was an argument because Dr. Jagjit refused to operate again because of my wife's diabetes and she was not fit. My wife then went to Dr. Low at Tushan Hospital.
What did Dr. Low do?
Dr. Law confirmed the infection and loose prosthesis. He removed the prosthesis and infected wound, then he inserted antibiotics to treat the infection.
Did that solve the problem?
Yeah, it helped. But 3 weeks later, I fell and fractured my right pelvis. And I was treated at Tushan Hospital, and yes, my hip's healed, but I still have difficulties.
Well, I am very sorry to hear about that traumatic experience, Mr. Tan and Mrs. Elizabeth. But based on what you have told us, it does appear that Dr. Jagjit may have negligently failed to diagnose properly and to treat the infection in a timely manner.
And aside from everything that you've told us today in this session, is there any other issues that have arisen from this?
Yes, my wife's injuries and the medical treatments that she needed led to me give up my job. And also, I am seeking protection for that matter.
Could you maybe elaborate specifically on the financial losses that you have incurred?
I used to work as a cashier and I roughly earn around 1,000 ringgit per month. So I also need to use that money to pay for my wife's medical treatment.
We're sorry to hear about that. What about your family?
My wife is confined to our home because she needs me and my daughter attention, and also my daughter, she needs to work various jobs so that she can provide family.
After seeing the issues you face and its effect to your family, I believe there surely must be some grounds for us to attain compensation for your misfortune caused by the said doctor.
And I believe in circumstances similar to yours, most clients would claim for special damages, specifically for loss of enjoyment of life, as this doctor's negligence has permanently altered your lifestyle and quality of life. Now, medical negligence or medical malpractice occurs when a healthcare professional deviates from the standard of care that is expected in the medical community, and it results in harm to the patient, which is you. Now, to succeed in medical negligence, you must typically establish 4 elements. First is duty of care, meaning that you must prove that the doctor owed you a duty of care. And this is usually straightforward in a doctor and patient relationship. Next is there was the breach of the duty, meaning to say that you must demonstrate that the doctor has breached this duty by failing to provide the standard of care that a reasonably competent doctor would have provided under similar circumstances. And this often requires testimony from medical experts. Aside from that, you also need to show that there was causation where the doctor's breach of duty had clearly caused your injury. This means that you must prove that your injury was not due to a pre-existing condition or some other cause. And lastly, for damages, we must be able to see that you have suffered actual harm or injury as a result of the breach. And this includes physical injury, emotional distress, and even additional medical bills and loss of enjoyment of life. In your situation, if we apply the facts of your case to the 4 elements, we can probably see that you do have a good ground to claim for. First, Dr. Jagjit indeed owes a duty of care, because he was the assigned doctor to your wife, and he also owes a professional duty of care, as he has the expertise and there is reliance on your wife's part on his expertise in medical areas. Second, to prove that Dr. JAGJIT had breached his duty, it must be proved that the standard of care owed by him had been compromised. For that matter, the testimony of Dr. Loh would be helpful, as he was the one who identified the issues faced by your wife that Dr. JAGJIT had negligently overlooked. Third, the causation is quite straightforward, as it is evident that upon the treatment and surgery initiated by Dr. JAGJIT, the health and condition of your wife has clearly deteriorated. Lastly, there is also evidence of injury and harm towards your wife and even your family, as her quality of life is now affected completely, and she is clearly in emotional distress, and you and your family have been visibly spent a lot of time and money for the treatments that have not seemingly been fruitful. And for that matter, considering the possibility that the four elements in this situation have been fulfilled, there is a very high chance that your action against Dr. JAGJIT can succeed.
Yes, and based on your story and the reports that have been given to us, as Shahril has established to you, the claim on medical negligence is possible. There are some ways in how you can go about with the process of claiming. To begin, you may attempt to settle the issue outside the court. If that fails, only then it is recommended to initiate a lawsuit against the doctor. One way to settle outside the court is Alternative Dispute Resolution, ADR. It can be highly beneficial, and it is more cost effective and may even be less time consuming compared to a court trial. ADR encompasses various methods such as mediation, arbitration, and negotiation. In your situation, mediation could be effective when we call Dr. JAGJIT and explain to him about your claims and how he had caused the said loss you and your family face. Dr. JAGJIT can reach an amicable solution and even discuss ways to settle the matter in a swift manner. A contract may be even set up to ensure that the promises are upheld. There are also room for negotiation if Dr. JAGJIT himself has his grounds for his action, and ultimately the decision to settle would arise from both of you. If the problem cannot be settled by this way, or if Dr. JAGJIT himself is still apprehensive of you and uncooperative, then we shall initiate a lawsuit by way of filing to the court for damages that you have suffered, including general and special damages. Both me and Shahril have vast experience in handling both ADR and lawsuits. Hence, if you are keen for us to assist you with that matter, we would be happy to undertake the relevant steps and tasks for that.
I hope everything that we have explained to you earlier is very clear. And as of this moment, there are some more documents that we would require to fully ascertain the losses that you have incurred as a result of these actions. However, we will proceed with all of that later after we have received the retainer agreement that has been signed by you, so that we can undertake the task formally.
I believe that considering everything is established and understood, we will wait for your approval to undertake the task. Do any of you have any questions before we end the session?
I think everything is clear for now. Thank you so much, Mr. Shahril and Mr. Najmi, for your help today. Me and my family will discuss on this matter and we'll come back as soon as we could. We are really happy that we can engage you as our lawyers, and we'll be in touch with your secretary over this.
Well, we are glad that you feel that way, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thank you very much for coming to our firm, and we hope you have a safe journey back.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a safe journey back.
Thank you for coming. Yeah. So please, here's the door. Have a safe journey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See you again.
See you again.
Hope everything goes well.
Hi, how was the consultation earlier?
Everything was clear. We are good.
Alright, so are the lawyers helpful?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so here is our retainer agreement.
Thank you so much.
So you read over the terms when you are at home. So upon signing this agreement, you agree to cooperate and also elect Hans and Co for these issues that you are currently facing.
Yeah.
So after you sign this letter, you may send it over to me via email and bring the original signed copy to your consultation session next later on.
Okay.
So I would also like to require a copy of your identity card and also for to attach together with the retainer agreement that I have given earlier.
Okay.
Right. So as for the evidences of losses that our lawyers have asked for earlier, you may bring it over during the next consultation as well.
Everything is clear. I will go through the agreement, and also thank you for the kindness and hospitality that you guys have given us. Me and my family will go on our way now.
Alright, sure,
Okay.
no problem. See you next time.
Okay.